We welcome you to Lesson 13. This is the conclusion to our course, and we want you to think about a few things as you wrap the OCED 4350 up at this point. It has been a difficult course, we know. We want you to, at this time, to do one more check on your portfolio, look at the portfolio template to make certain you have all areas of the portfolio, and have someone else check it. A good way to do that is go through it, check off to be sure you have everything in the right order in the portfolio. And that's helpful, again, as someone else looks at it and says, oh yeah, you got the application for work life, you have the job task analysis, you have your degree plan in there, you have all the things that's on the template, you already have them ready to roll. And it's just a final quick check before you turn this portfolio in. That's important. And then we want you to check your degree plan. You have that in the portfolio. We want you to review your degree plan to be sure you've determined which courses are going to go into the professional development. Be sure your professional development has at least 3 departments represented. So it should have 3 departments. So be sure you do that. You might have 4 courses in one area, 1 from another area, and 1 from another one. So look at your proposed degree plan before you turn it in, and be sure that's done. Be sure you've gone on the Occupational Ed website for some suggestions for professional development, coursework. We have some things there that are helpful to you. If you live in the Austin area, San Antonio area, there may be different courses. You want to look at your distance learning classes. You want to look at your correspondence from Texas State. You want to go back and look at any courses that you can test out of or CLEP. You'll look at those pieces of information on the web. So we want you to determine if your degree plan is what you want it to be. Now, that's important because we want you to be sure that you are not going to take courses that you do not want at this point. Look closely at your degree plan. I want you to look, how will you complete the 39 advanced 3,000 or 4,000 level courses? That's the hours in the degree plan. How are you going to complete them? You have 39 advanced hours. How are you going to complete those hours in the advanced area? How are you going to do that? Well, I've got 18 hours advanced in the professional development. The OCED 4350 is 3. The OCED 4360, 4361, that's 6 more hours. Well, what's going to happen about those others? Well, it may be that you're awarded advanced work-life credit. But what if you don't get any upper-level work credit? Be sure you know which courses you will take as an upper level in the event you don't receive enough upper-level credit. So let's say you're awarded 18 hours upper-level credit. Credit for the degree plan. And you get 9 lower and 9 upper, but you're saying, I want more upper level, and so you're not reaching it. So you may need to look and see if there's other ways you can receive your upper level credit. And an example of that might be, I've taken a 3,000 level elective. Normally, though, if you look at the scenario we talked about a minute ago, 18 hours professional development, 9 hours from OCED, that's 27 hours right there. That's very helpful to you. But you still got some hours that need to be filled in upper level. And if you receive 9 hours of upper level credit, you still lack something to finish off your 39 hours, let's say. Well, again, you might want to look and see if you're going to take an upper level elective or what you're going to do. Count your hours on your degree plan. Your Texas State transcript can be accessed electronically. You want to always count your hours. Anticipate the future. Don't get down to the end of the degree plan and wonder, what happened to my advanced hours? I never took them. Advanced means 3,000 or 4,000 level. Now, you will notice on some of the transcript, they'll say elective advanced. So those are advanced, ELADV. Well, that's helpful. And some of you are going to have way enough of advanced hours. But all I'm doing is kind of warning you as you look at that degree plan to be very careful what you're going to do. And also, I would like for you to consider, if you're going to obtain a master's degree, that you will have the prerequisites for that degree. Not all require prerequisites. However, it's good to contact the departments of interest early. Ask questions. So if you're thinking, I'm going to go to UT Austin when I finish this degree at Texas State or Texas A&M, and you want to contact that department early, go ahead and contact them. Look at their websites. Look at their electronic transmission. What do they have in that department? And if it says you need 6 hours of accounting, well, remember, if there's a way to put that accounting in this degree plan, put it in there. And there may not be. You may be filled in our degree plan, and you're going to have to take that prerequisite after you graduate. But while you're doing your planning and you're not finalizing your degree yet, because when you take this course you're in, you don't have a finalized plan yet. You're waiting till the course is over and we evaluate your portfolio and then you finalize it. Well, that gives you a little bit of a window to change your plan. But contact these colleges to see if there's anything they can tell you more about the master's degree. And that's important because you may say now, well, I don't want one. But you said, well, you know, a couple of years ago I thought I might get a master's degree. And now you're in the OCED course, say, well, I don't want one. Because as I said, you know, people will change their minds. People change their ideas. And you may want a master's because your boss wants you to get one. And this is what I have people tell me at different times. They say, well, they would like us to achieve as high a level education as possible. That's important for you to consider at this time. Ask some questions about the degree plan. And I want to tell you, if you are exiting this course and you still have some core left, some mathematics, history, political science, philosophy, PE, that's one that catches adult students sometimes. If you were not in the military, where the PE will be allowed to be waived in the sense you're given some credit for your basic training, what you're going to want to do is get onto that core. Don't put it off to the end, because it doesn't do any good to wait on taking math or science. Some people will put off that biology. Talk to other students. Go to the non-traditional students organizations. Ask the other students. Say, well, you know, what science seems to be the best to take? I'm weak in science. Talk about it in a honest manner. I'm weak at math. We talked about before. You start out maybe with a lower level course. You work your way up to the correct course to get your class at Texas State approved. So get to work on the core. Get the courses out of the way. Somebody says, well, Dr. Springer, what do I do to finish my degree? I'm finished up with OCED 4350. And I say, do you have any core left? And they say, yes. And I say, take it next semester. You should not have to wait about taking courses. You have something to take. There's really not a reason that you're stalled out while you're waiting for your work award to come in, because you have already told your instructor in this course some of the professional development courses that you want to take, and you put those in your portfolio. I would assume you'll take those this next semester, but I'm telling you the best thing to do is take the core first. Now, I want to also mention, while you're working on all these courses, at the completion of this course, the rules require 60 hours with Texas State University to graduate with honors, if you had the correct GPA. Be sure you check this in your catalog, and if you're interested in graduating with honors, that you work toward this from the beginning. So in other words, as we create this presentation, it takes 60 hours with Texas State to be awarded what we call graduating with honors, if you have the correct GPA. Of course, this means a high GPA, and you can check that GPA in your catalog. But if you're saying, well, you know, I'd like to wear that cord at graduation, I'd like to be able to be awarded that status or honor, we'll start on it now. Let's make the A in these coming courses so you have a high GPA. And so always check your catalog to see what's going to be the rule for your catalog, whether it's 60 hours or whether that changes. And so your catalog is the rule you're coming in under. Check that and see what's going to be required. And we're urging you to consider doing the best you can and graduating with honors. It is helpful for adults. Even 50-year-old adults can certainly feel pride in graduating with honors. So I want you to consider that. One of the things too is that it takes several months before you get your work-life evaluation. Your portfolio evaluation will be complete. It takes a while. As soon as it's completed, you'll be notified. Enroll in the courses, like we said a while ago, that you've discussed with your instructor. As soon as we get your results from this course, we'll notify you. And it does take several months, sometimes as many as 3 months, because as we bring in more adult students, it requires more reading time, evaluation time on our part to be able to complete our task. And then we'll call you back, or we will email you, or we will send you a snail mail letter, whatever we're going to use to notify you. We're going to let you know that your evaluation has been completed, and we're going to be able to see your degree plan, and that way you can know that you are completed and you're already ready now to go to the next phase of the degree. You've completed your portfolio, we've posted an award, and now you know where you stand. Be sure that once you receive this letter, you finalize your plan. It'll give you instructions. Again, if it's letter, phone call, electronic submission, website, there will be a way that we will inform you. In general, we will be able to inform you by some type of correspondence so that we can be sure that you've received it. But it can take as long as 3 months for us to get these evaluated. So I wanted to mention this to you, your work credit evaluation. Now, during the OCED 4350, you should have chosen an advisor. This person is important when you have questions or concerns. And so what you want to do in that, don't take courses not on your plan. Email your advisor if you have questions or issues. So in other words, don't be in a situation of where you just start taking courses if something's not offered this semester. You need permission if it's not on your degree plan. You need to contact your advisor, email them. We do 80 to 90% of our work by electronics. So a lot of work is done electronically. So get in contact with it. What I hate to always hear is somebody says, I don't know who an advisor is. I don't know who to email. You need to determine here before you leave the OCED 4350 course who your advisor might be. So wherever, if you're a distance learner, if you live in the immediate area, or you live in the Austin area, San Antonio area, you live in Bastrop, you live in Marble Falls, in the immediate area you may have more face time. But if you live in Nebraska or New York or California or Phoenix, Arizona, you may be in a situation where that you're going to be dealing with this exclusively by electronics. So what we want you to do is know that contact person. Remember that it takes sometimes a lot of patience too, because if you're looking for an answer, don't expect that answer to come immediately, because that instructor has other responsibilities. So give us about 24 hours to answer your requests as far as electronically, because there's sometimes so many requests coming in, it's hard to process. Plus, the instructors have got to look up your file electronically, trace it down, and be sure that they understand who you are and what you're doing. So give them time to respond, and watch out for auto replies saying, hey, you know, I'm gone for a little bit. Give them a time to do that. So when the schedules come out on the website, always remember that when it's the time then to go ahead and start talking to the advisor if you've got some problems with your schedule. Don't wait to the last minute to electronically register. That's not a safe thing to do. There's much more to say in reference to this course. This has been a difficult course. I hope you've reviewed the materials, stayed in contact with the instructor, and if utilized the OCED website. Certainly, I wish you the best in the course and in your future life. We have tried to teach you in this course organization skills. We've tried to ask you to evaluate your skills that you've acquired in the past. We've asked you to look at the future and determine where you're going and what you intend to do in areas of your life, including education, you know, your career goals and your personal goals. We've asked you to look at those things. And so when you're considering all of what we've talked about, there is a massive amount of literature. And hopefully you can share this information, as we talked about in previous slides, with your significant other, and tell people what your goals are and where you're headed. We know that if you set out a course and you continue to monitor it, you'll do a lot better than just going all over the board. Anytime you have doubt, don't, is my word on this. When you're not sure if the degree plan is updated, go back into the web and update your degree plan, check on it, see what's going on in the degree plan, email your advisor, and gain confirmation if there's a problem. The key is to remain focused, as we've talked about. So we appreciate all of your efforts you've made in this course. Hope that you will do well at Texas State University and continue to do well in your life. Thank you very much.